Guys, as you continue to grow, as you continue to develop and to become the person that you really want to be in life, there's likely one change that you're most definitely going to have to make at some point or another. In this video, I talk just about that change and how it's going to help you. So if that interests you, stick around, check it out. Hi guys, it is Dr. Cody Dukes and we are back again for yet another video. Now you already know what I need you to do. Hit that like button, and if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe to this channel. I upload 5 videos a week, that is one every single weekday. I cover motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist, looking at things like sports, superheroes, anime, movie, TV, cartoons, you name it. I try to find a motivational message and deliver it to you in a way that you can take it and implement it into your life so that you can be great and successful. If that sounds like something you're interested in, this is the channel for you. Go ahead and subscribe. Now with that out of the way, I want to talk about a movie that was probably one of my favorite growing up. And it wasn't just one of my favorite movies growing up, but it was one of my favorite animated movies growing up, and it still holds up pretty well even to this day. And that movie is the movie The Prince of Egypt. Now, The Prince of Egypt was an animated movie that retold the biblical story of Moses and the Israelites in Egypt. Now, this movie had a lot of great things going for itself, great voice cast, all-time great soundtrack, great animation, the works. But one of my favorite parts in this movie is when Moses comes back from what was a self-imposed exile from Egypt to meet the man who had grown up as his brother in Egypt, who was now the king of Egypt, King Ramses. And when Moses and King Ramses saw each other, King Ramses saw what to him was his brother. And he couldn't wait to hug him and to invite him back into the fold and wanted him to be as they were growing up, wanted him to be his brother, wanted him to be a prince of Egypt. But in that moment when Ramses invited him in, and although Moses felt a lot of the same nostalgia and experienced a lot of the same reminiscent moments and memories from their childhood, Moses realized in a brief moment that there was no way that he and Ramses could actually go back to being how they were as children, how they enjoyed themselves, how they would destroy the work being done in Egypt because they were having fun and because they were above the law, because they were part of the royal household. Moses realized in the moment that they could never go back to being how they used to be, because now who Moses was and the mission that he had in life had completely changed. He had already had his burning bush experience. He had already gotten a new purpose and call on his life, and he knew he could never be the same. And because of this, from this moment going forward, he and the man who used to be his brother would now be opposition for the rest of the movie. One trying to get the Israelites out of slavery and the other one working to keep them in slavery. And the reason I wanted to talk about that movie on today is because a lot of us, we go through these extraordinary changes in life. We develop, we learn, we grow. We become the best version of ourselves that we could possibly be. But what we'll find is that a lot of the same people who we came up with, a lot of the people who we used to be BFFs with, a lot of the people who used to be our homeboys, they're still stuck in the same place. They still have the same mentalities. They've not grown or invested in themselves at all. They've not made any of the necessary steps to be the best versions of themselves. And what'll happen is we'll try to stick it out with them. We'll try to keep them close by. We'll try to maintain those relationships. But what we'll ultimately learn is that there's only so many people that get to go. There's only so many people who get to stay around. And a lot of the times, they don't stay around by just being the lucky one that we choose to take along, or just being the person that we cared enough about to keep around. They stay around because as we grew, as we developed, we became better. They grew, they developed, they became better. A lot of times, as you grow, there'll be some people who aren't growing too. And you're going to realize that you gotta let them go. Not that you have to make deliberate attempts to exclude them from your life, but you're going to realize that the direction that they're going, the direction that you're going, they're two different directions. And a lot of the activities that they want to engage in, you just don't have time for them anymore. A lot of the things that they want to sit around and talk about, there aren't things that you want to sit down and talk about, because you want to talk about things that are going to develop you, things that are going to cause you to grow, and they want to talk about the video game they were playing last night. And I have no problem talking about video games. I talk about video games. But you get the point. There are going to be certain people that you can see that they're not interested in growing. And you'll have a choice. You can let those who don't grow hang around your neck like a noose, or you can cut the rope and continue to go higher. It's up to you. Moses realized that the man who was his brother, his best friend, somebody he loved deeply, had to basically become his enemy in order for him to walk into the greatness that was waiting for him. That's the video, guys. If you haven't already, go ahead. Please hit the thumbs up and like this video. It won't cost you anything and it won't hurt you. In fact, it won't hurt anybody. Nobody would be harmed in the filming of the next video. If you're not already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'm uploading 5 videos a week. That is one every single weekday. I do motivational and inspirational content with a pop culture twist, looking at things like sports, anime, movies, superheroes, TV, cartoons, game shows, you name it. I try to find the motivational, inspirational message that I can then take and deliver to you in a way that you can easily understand it, you can internalize it, and then implement it into your life so that you can be extraordinary. If that sounds like something you're trying to do, go ahead and subscribe, follow this channel. I thank you for hanging around this long. I appreciate you. I appreciate the support. And until next time, guys, peace.